Hey yo guys, what's happening? It's your boy Arian TJ back again with another episode of Just a Thought. And before I get in this week's episode, you gotta go follow me on Instagram. And if I say anything thought provoking or anything interesting to you, drop a like, share it with your friends, comment down below. Alright, let's get into it. Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk to you about another thing I've noticed, between here versus there. And I also wanted to let you in a little bit on the planning of Just a Thought because, as you know, we're in season 4 and every season is 12 episodes. I'm gonna continue, one a week for the first year. That was the main goal. We've stuck to that, we haven't faltered, so we're trying to finish that. And at the end of the first year, I would love to slow down, maybe do one every 2 weeks, one every 4 weeks, so I could do longer, be more in depth, see just more better put together episodes, and have more time to do more research and have it sound more like presentations instead of just loose thoughts with a friend, right? And that's something I wanted to wait until the second year to truly start doing and getting into more thought provoking thoughts. But I've been seeing a lot of things happen in the world concerning some of these thoughts that is just, I just feel like now is not the best time to focus on here versus there as a segment of just a thought. So today is the last version or the last episode or the last little piece of here versus there for now, so that I can continue to give you more thought provoking things and more serious thoughts. Well, thoughts that I deem more serious. Um, because yeah, I feel like I'm falling behind in the sense of some of these dreams I can't achieve. And yeah, I know I probably can't achieve faster than other people, but there are other dreams or other ideas and thoughts that at least I can mention before others. So, some of the thoughts I've been looking at, or some of the things I've noticed between the first world that I come and find myself and places I've grown up, the two things I want to talk about mainly. It's the way in which the cultures, um, how do I put this? I would say the cultural norm or the age norm in cultures of knowing oneself or knowing one's position or knowing what one wants in life, as well as if you don't know what to do. I know it sounds a little sporadic and over the place, but it's like this. In Trinidad, I can remember literally this saying, the first part of the saying, if you don't know. I've heard that saying in Trinidad and the United States. And I can remember in Trinidad, it went like this: if you don't know, just find out or go find out. Like that's how it went. But here in the United States, I noticed that they say, if you don't know, just ask. And for the past 6 years, I've been looking at the similarities between these two sayings and the repercussions of it all. And I've been looking at just the mindset that such things can create. Because imagine growing up and you don't know the answer to something, and your whole culture and your whole life, all you're hearing is, oh, if you don't know, go find out, go figure it out, go pick up that book and learn it, go Google and learn it, go ask someone to show you. Don't just ask them to give you the answer. Go find out how to do that thing you don't know how to do. That can cause some level of independence, self-reliance, stability, peace and tranquility in moments where one's skill and knowledge is being tested. Overall, that seems just positive. Like if you don't know and you go find out how to do something yourself, that seems positive. Then here, I've just been hearing, oh, if you don't know, just ask. Now, I see the reason for saying that, considering where you are and the access to knowledge, the access to help. Um, if you have resources, why not use them, right? So the double-edged sword in that is, apart from, yeah, if you don't know, ask, and someone can help you, and building a cordial state of relationship. Maybe such things can help build a certain level of community where you ask an elder or someone else the answer to the question you seek. Yeah, it could, but it also takes away from your own problem solving capabilities, because you're not practicing that. You're just asking someone all the time, oh, what's the answer? What's the answer? What's the answer? Versus, oh, I don't know the answer. How'd you work the equation? It's like that saying, teach a man how to fish and they could eat forever. You just buy fish for them. They'll probably just always keep asking you to buy fish. So I look at those two things, those two outlooks on pretty much the same saying, if you don't know, and then what to do. And I look at what this culture says, what that culture says, and I can see these long term differences. Or maybe it's just me that's seeing them, and I don't know, I'm tripping. But but it really seems as though such things can cause spill-offs. And then secondly, it's the age of which one can know oneself, or one can know what one wants to do in life and society. Now, I hope I don't offend anyone, um but this is what I've come from. And I can remember in Trinidad, it's like this. You choose, okay, so the educational system, from the age of 11 or so, you got to do this SEA. It's this really stressful exam for children. It decides where you go to school for the next, like, either one, it decides if you go to a 5 year or 7 year school. Two, it decides which school, right? And then from the age of around 13, 14, you have to now decide what general field you want to go into in life. Do you want to do business? Do you want to do sciences? Do you want to do the languages? What do you want to do in life? And then you spend the next 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years um down that path, almost like becoming an apprentice to that thought, to that train of thought, that feel, that you know that path you chose. Versus here, where it's more the norm to not know what you want to do with life up until and even after college, which is like 21 to 25. Like, I've heard people here say, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just keep having fun till 25, then I'm gonna figure it out. you know it's literally the norm here. I remember when I just moved here, I have a cousin, a younger cousin, male cousin. When I just moved here, he was around 16, and we were talking, and he didn't know what he wanted to do, because he was saying, oh, I'm not even in college yet. I don't know what I want to go to college for. I don't know what I want to do with my life. And I'm thinking, like, yo, you must have like some sort of idea, right? And his response, his reaction, and the way in which he was getting upset and annoyed with my line of questioning showed me that, yo, it's a thing. Like, it's a thing. And people get offended and not to you, cuz, but generally people get offended and defensive when you ask them questions like this, when they know the truth of the matter. Because I feel like any young adult, anyone over maybe the age of 17, 18, should understand that in this world, you You kind of got to figure it out before you reach a certain age, you know? That's in this world. But I keep telling this one friend of mine that, like, the thing about the United States is it seems to allow people to literally grow up. However, like, it's one of the few cultures that can allow you to grow as a child into an adult, but remain a child. Like, just your body grows, your mindset doesn't really grow per se. It's one of the few places where that can happen because of the way in which people move, people act, the way people look at these two things. The age in which it's normal and understandable to figure things out in society, and the way in which you deal with ignorance. See, ignorance doesn't mean, oh, negativity. Ignorance simply sometimes means, because words have two meanings. Ignorance also means the lack of knowledge, the lack of knowing. So the way how people deal with not knowing, and the way they deal with the stresses of a society, and what age does certain stresses begin to be put on a child, I think that really determines what that child, when they become an adult or the age of an adult, can do. So, I know maybe you've been keeping along, maybe I've been rambling, maybe I've been ranting, I don't know, but it's like coming here and within less than 2 years hearing more than 20, 30 people say, oh, I dropped out of college because my professor wasn't helping me. You're in college. And that's what I mean. Like, the preparations that you were given didn't prepare you for college. Like, in America, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go to school, go to what? Preschool, middle school, high school, then college. At college, I'm gonna figure it out, and then I'm gonna get a job in that line of field. That could work for some people, but college is just 4 years, you know? So that versus in the Caribbean where you're starting to try and to figure it out from 13 when you have to choose, you know, and then at 11, at an even earlier age, you have such a stressful test placed on your shoulders. It's like you're beginning to deal with the stresses of life and adulthood at a much younger age, and you're starting to understand your position in an adult world. So by the time I look at the level of anxiety in people and how indecisive and inconsistent a lot of people nowadays are, and like, I really don't think it's just a chemical imbalance that you might call ADD or ADHD or OCD, whatever. I don't think it's just that causes people to be so anxious and insecure or indecisive. I think it's, well, obviously it's the way they were raised. It's the way we all are raised. That's what creates who you are. Your perception of the world you find yourself in. And I don't know. I've just been looking at these two worlds that I have experienced, and the one that so many people I now know grow up and live in. And I look at how some people I know just, and experiences I've been through. It's just, how do I put this? Because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I know this falls in a lot of people's gardens. Like, they're so fickle. Uh, yeah, very fickle. And it's like, in the Caribbean, we'll probably say there's sometime-ish. 1 minute they know what they want, 1 minute they don't know what they want. 1 minute they don't know if they should do what they want to do in life or if somebody else want them to do in life. And then it's like, okay, well, do you know what you want to do in life? They don't even know what they want to do in life. Do you know what that person wants you to do? They barely have an understanding. Procrastination seems to be a big spill off of this, and it seems to be a norm. And then what do people say after procrastinating and being indecisive? Oh, I'm only 22. I'm only this young age. I don't need to have it all figured out.